You may remember my Knick voltage and current calibrator from previous videos. It's one of my favorite tools and it made me fall in love with the brand right away. So when this thing showed up on eBay, I couldn't resist, even though I don't really know what it is. It was advertised as a Wärmedurchgangsmesser. Do you know what that is? No, I didn't think so. Well then, let's investigate. Comes with a leather carrying strap, a real fashion statement right there. And an accessory bag with neatly handwritten labels. Must have been a part of a meticulously organized lab once. Some sort of temperature sensor, I guess. We'll look at that closely in a moment. Lovely minimalistic design, and it looks brand new. Stainless steel front cover and a nicely laid out user interface underneath. Although I would have liked to see units telling me exactly which parameter I can set between 0.45 and 0.65 and 0 and 50,000. I'm not surprised about the batteries being empty. The instrument is definitely older than I am. One can tell by the solid copper binding posts. Such a thing is unheard of today. The sensor is very interesting. Looks like a series of flat thermocouples or something like that. Let me try to give you a better view. Yeah. No. Maybe. Uh-huh. So at first I suspected that I had bought an integrating thermometer, measuring a temperature difference over a time period. But this looks a lot more like it does exactly what it says it does, measuring a thermal flux, from my finger to the can in this case. Well then, I guess it's time to put in some batteries and see what happens. Yeah, this can take a while. Actually, you know what? Oh, fuck. So much about that meticulously organized previous owner. Be right back, I guess. The battery spill damage has progressed along the conductor a little bit, but thankfully not very far into the instrument. I love coincidences like this. But when you have a wall of small parts magazines, can you still call it a coincidence? Either way, I'll do all the tedious work off camera. And since the lid is already open, we might as well have a look inside. The plastic enclosure is metal plated, which is very nice. I think we are looking at an instrument from the early 70s. Incredible. The soldering is not so nice. And this is beyond me. I'm going to guess that that is not an intentional antenna and snip it. Wow, what is all this for? I thought we were looking at a microvoltmeter. None of the metal can transistors and none of the diodes are actually labeled. Otherwise I would try to reverse engineer that thing now. I might still do it if I get enough requests, but to me it looks like most of the magic happens in the sensor. And as long as there's no cheap alternative for that component... Wait a minute. But I'm getting sidetracked again. The Knick WD-30 heat flux meter is incredibly sensitive. It can sense a touch of my hand through a 2 kilogram aluminium plate. And even more impressive in my opinion, it can sense the energy delivered by a low power laser pointer. I'm glad I picked it up, and I'm willing to attempt reverse engineering or more experiments if there's any interest.